Alright everybody, making a live update video here on the Doppler radar. Let's take a look at it. Got some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, some really heavy rainfall around Albertville. All that's progressing on off to the northeast. Looking at additional shower development, some gusty winds being reported out of this, and there is a special weather statement in place there for Jackson County for another 19 minutes. Looks like wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and penny-sized hail possible. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. Locations impacted include Scottsboro, Stevenson, Owens Crossroads, Hollywood, Grant, Skyline, Gurley, Woodville, Pleasant Groves, and High Top. Again, not a severe thunderstorm warning. Could be some hail in there too. I do see some signs of some hail. Some very heavy rainfall, also some thunder and lightning going on there. Let's look at the velocity scan, see what it shows up. I do see some gusty winds, and we have had reports of maybe a tree or two down around the Boaz and Albertville area due to those winds as they came through there. I believe that's going to be a little bit south of Boaz. Some gusty winds showing up now a little bit north of Boaz. That little line there is moving off to the kind of north-northeast. There will be some gusty winds along that. So let's look for any rotation, because we do have storms moving in different directions, which is a little bit strange. So we do have some storms moving to the northeast and also some moving off to the east. So I'm looking for rotation here. I do see a little bit. That's going to be southeast of Baileyton with that, but nothing to worry about yet with that. So I'm going to be watching that as well. But just want to let you know, if you're being woke up by thunder and wondering what's going on, well, there's some high winds coming. Right here, we've got a little bit of a bow showing up in this line here toward Albertville. We'll have some gusty winds there in Albertville and Boaz. Let's see if we can move to one of those cameras there in Albertville and Boaz and see if we can actually get a look at what's going on. So let me move to my cameras really quick. And we'll have to switch around to the, let's go to Boaz really quick and we'll have a look. So what I can see, it is a little bit breezy there. A little bit of wind, not really a big thing at the moment. And let me turn that sound effect down. Yeah, you're good for bed. You're just going to have some gusty winds, as you're seeing on the camera here. This is actually in Albertville, so got some, some breezy conditions and some rain. Not seeing a lot on the camera, to be honest. Let's move it to Albertville really quick and have a look. Just a little bit of rain there. Not really seeing a lot. We'll go to Kilpatrick, take a look in that direction. Not supposed to have any severe weather, no. Not really doing anything there. Looking at our camera to the northwest, could see a little bit of lightning there on that camera just a few minutes ago. Not sure if it's lightning now on the camera, but you could definitely see it. But let's get right back to the Doppler radar, and we'll have a look at that. So some high winds now moving off to the northeast. That's going to be along that little line there, moving kind of toward, looks like Guntersville across Albertville right now. Moving off to the northeast to be going toward Geraldine. Got a little bit of wind showing up on the radar coming toward the Kilpatrick area, Crossville. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and get the Kilpatrick camera back up. That way we might can see those winds as they move in. Let me switch that back. So it is not there yet, but it is about to be. I'm going to be looking at the radar really quick. So yeah, some high winds coming through, some heavy rain. Not really a big thing. It is about to be in Kilpatrick, though it's not there just yet, but it will be there. And if you're in Jackson County wondering what's going on around Scottsboro, some really heavy stuff and some wind. There's actually a special weather statement there for Hollywood, Scottsboro areas, Woodville, Espell, Paint Rock, Pleasant Groves, but the heaviest stuff right now looks like it's on top of Scottsboro and Hollywood. Some really high winds there, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. But again, watching this little batch move in, I'm not really seeing anything concerning other than the wind and the rain. Still looking at our camera, you can see starting to move in just a little bit. So Going to keep an eye on that for just a moment and see if we can see the rain start to move in, the wind. And I do see the rain. Not really seeing any wind, so that is good. Let's move it on to the Boaz camera again, and we'll take a look at it because it's a little bit more into the storm. So basically just some light wind and some rain. So that's good news. Not really seeing a lot on the camera, which is really good. But big batch of some rain, heavy stuff, moderate to heavy, continues to move on off to the northeast there. We will eventually get some of that here in the southwest portions of DeKalb. It looks like along a gust front. I do believe that is a gust front outflow from some storms down south that's caused these to develop. So yes, we do have some gusty winds coming in due to that gust front, but nothing severe with any of this. So the models earlier, the high res was actually showing this moving in around 7 o'clock, but it looks like they missed it a bit, but at least they did get it right. So that is good news. Now I'm looking through the Boaz camera, still not seeing nothing but rain. And looking at Kilpatrick, nothing but rain. The rain's finally there. Not really seeing any wind with it, so that is good news. So let's go ahead and move on to Jackson counties. I know you guys have got a pretty hefty little storm there toward Hollywood. Some pretty good wind there, maybe up to 30, 40 miles per hour. There is a special weather statement out on that one. And I do see some gusty winds over Langston, Section, Dutton, moving kind of to the east, So around Langston, Section, Dutton, some gusty winds. That will looks like if it keeps its path up, it would eventually move into Powell, Sylvania, Henniker, and DeKalb County. And in Marshall County, that'll be in the northeast portion, kind of east of Grant at this point. So I am keeping an eye on these two systems because we have an outflow from the south running into these storms to the north that are moving east. So we've got southerly storms moving north, colliding with storms from the west that are moving east. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on these for anything that looks kind of strange on the radar. At this point, not really seeing anything of concern. And I'm switching it back to my cameras to the northwest. Heavy rain and lightning in Pisgah, heavy rain and wind, lightning and thunder in Scottsboro. That is adding up to everything that I am seeing on the radar too, so that is good. That it's just not nothing too bad. But we are going to watch it just in case, even though, you know, there's nothing in place for severe weather. I mean, honestly, I'm just looking at this just to be on the safe side. But yeah, everything continues to weaken, it looks like. I'm noticing that on the radar. And I hope we get some rain here at my station. I believe we will. So it's like that little batch of wind there moving on off to the northeast, but nothing severe with any of this. That is good. This is going to be along another little system coming through. It's supposed to be a lot cooler tomorrow, so after this moves on through, it will feel a lot cooler, and the humidity is going to drop too behind this, so that's good news. I'm actually trying to pull another radar up really quick so that I can get a better view. All right, so what we have is actually a stalled out cold front that is actually just stalled out. I'm going to switch radar really quick back to the other radar. All right, so we've actually got just a stalled out cold front. So the cold front is just sitting just to the south of us, barely. But those two connected lines there actually means it's a stalled out cold front. It's not really moving. So that's why we're getting these winds and heavy rain. Also, the storm motion's a little bit confused as well due to that system just hanging out. But yeah, if you need to go to bed, definitely you should be good to go. There's nothing severe on the radar or even remotely close to it. But we do have some strong winds, again, moving through Scottsboro and Hollywood. I do see some hail in there, too. Maybe some pea-sized hail embedded in there. So I'm kind of waiting on that special weather statement to get out of there, which is for another 10 minutes. Again, if you're in Scottsboro, Hollywood, you're probably getting a little bit of pea-sized hail mixed in with that really heavy rain. Torrential downpours with that, like really, really heavy rain over Scottsboro and Hollywood right now. And also Marshall County, I know you guys are getting a lot of rain too. Pretty much the whole county. There was some reports of trees down, didn't get exact location, but it was somewhere near Boaz, according to what I heard on the channel there. So there was a tree down there due to gusty winds as that the wind kind of came through there. This batch of wind right here developed and moved on off to the northeast, but it's pretty much weakened out at this point. But it will be a little bit breezy. Nothing really concerning at the moment. So still seeing a good bit of wind around Langston, Section, Dutton, Pisgah. Looks like some of that wind now trying to get to the north parts of Powell, or actually northern parts of DeKalb, sorry. Around Powell, Sylvania, maybe even Henniger. There's some wind coming. So Pisgah, also, you got some wind on the way. So just letting you know that there is some wind coming in with this. But all this should be out of here by daybreak. I'm going to actually look at the high-res models now that they've updated. So I believe tomorrow should be mostly sunny with some clouds out. It will feel a lot cooler. Humidity-wise, it'll feel a lot better. So yeah, around 2 a.m. it shows this big batch being pretty much, actually, sorry, let me back it up. At 12 a.m. shows the line being where it's at, but it will eventually move on off to kind of the east-southeast as that system does finally move a bit. So it will start moving a little bit. It looks like all this gets completely out of here by approximately 7 a.m. in the morning. So by the time you wake up, 6, 7 a.m., it's already out of here. So it looks like we're going to have this for the next few hours. Some showers, maybe some thunder, lightning. Nothing severe with any of this, so just letting you know that. Nothing severe, but there is some strong stuff. So let me kind of discuss what we've got going on. There's another chance of some rain, and I think it's just a chance of rain. I can't say storms just yet. That'll come in on Friday ahead of another cold front that's supposed to move through. And it's supposed to bring us some cooler air. By Sunday morning, we could be anywhere between 38 and 40 degrees. So definitely a big drop in those temperatures as that moves on through. Danny's starting to get some thunder and rain. So I've been aiming to call you, by the way, but I have been so sick and so busy. I'm just now getting myself back on my feet again the past 2 or 3 days. So I haven't forgot about calling you there, by the way. I've just been so sick. It's been a mess. So let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures, though. I do want to go ahead and run that by everybody. So let me go ahead and try to get the screen up here, so bear with me. I guess that works. All right, so let me bring this up. We're going to switch from radar really quick. Take a look at these models really quick. So give everybody an idea of what we're looking at. So GFS shows another system primarily to the south, some heavier rain as we get into Friday and Saturday. The heaviest stuff south of us, but we do actually get clipped by that system from the south. So a little low pressure system passes to the south, but we do get clipped by it as that cooler air does rush in Saturday. Now let's go ahead and look at temperatures, and I'll go ahead and get on to the European for that, because GFS usually blows everything out of proportion. So these are some new models, so it may not run all the way through Saturday. Let's see, it actually does run into Sunday. So yeah, that's our temperature. There's our cool front. Let's back it up. Start to see that push on through the area. Looks like we have a high of 69 for Friday. It's getting on into Saturday. Actually, overnight Friday into Saturday morning. Looks like 52 degrees as you get up on Saturday morning. And then we warm up. It looks like it only warms up to 59 degrees on Saturday. So around 60 degrees, maybe a little bit more for a high. And then it cools off into the 40s overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. So again, these models, they may need to be adjusted. It's showing only a high of 55 degrees on Saturday. So I'm not so sure I believe that cool, but it's a possibility. Definitely, possibly mid 40s looks like as we get into Sunday morning. So temperatures are kind of adjusting. Again, that model outlook right there is actually valid at midnight on Sunday. Or actually, midnight Saturday night, that May Sunday. So yeah, switching around there. Just wanted to throw that out there. It is going to get a lot cooler out anyway. So yeah, I actually mentioned earlier in my update I did about the threat of some storms tonight, some rain and storms. I'm not sure if you saw the update, but there's not been a lot of people seeing my updates due to Facebook algorithm, which I'm hoping by Friday we can fix that, because I'm gonna start putting a little bit of sponsor money into it, and I'm gonna get this page reach up. Like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, there was a threat of storms. The high res originally said around a batch around 7 o'clock, but those never developed, which they kind of did, but not as widespread as what they showed to be. We only had a few little showers here and there, but the more widespread stuff waited till now, and it's now moving through. But again, nothing severe with any of that. So getting some rain here at our station right now. So not going to keep everybody on forever. Just wanted to let you know primarily what is going on, and giving other viewers time to come on and see what's going on too. There's still a special weather statement in Jackson County for another 2 minutes for some 40-mile-an-hour winds and some hail, maybe pea-sized. And after that expires, which it should momentarily. It's weakening. All this is weakening very quickly. So once that's out, I will go ahead and end the stream. We got another minute, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So I guess I'll go ahead and wrap that up. By the time I do that, it'll be already out of here. So we'll look at the cameras one more time. And of course, got rain falling here at our station. Can't really see a lot out there, but we do have rain falling at the station. So we will go ahead, get ready to wrap things up here. And we'll wrap it up with our sponsors, Mr. Dylan Snyder at Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, you can give him a call at 256-979-4330. And also check him out on Facebook. Give him a like. Our second sponsor would be RKG Automotive Group. Looking for your new dream car? Go give them a call. Check them out on Facebook, 256-323-7323. And last but not least, my Uncle Shane there, Shappy Land Maintenance. If you need your yard mowed, maintenance, pressure washing, kind of handyman service, I guess you could say. Does a little bit of everything there. Excavation, give them a call, 256-601-2608. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Don't want to keep everybody up the rest of the night. But if you hear some thunder and lightning, you know what's going on now. So thanks again, each and every one of you. Again, if you like to support us, you can. One time, that's fine. I mean, if you want to send a donation to our Cash App, it's in the link here, actually in the chat. the Kev CWX. If not, like and share and follow. That helps us go a long ways too. Have a good night. We'll see you on the next update. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed night.